Cat Rescue Story just dropped for consoles. It was a mobile game previously, but is it worth picking up or even checking out? Welcome everyone to another Sergeant Sentinel gaming review video. I'm SSG, aka Sergeant Sentinel, and today we're talking about Cat Rescue Story. But before we continue, I want to say thanks if you're watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. If you're watching this video on YouTube, definitely hit the like button if you enjoy this. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I upload new content. If you're watching this on Rumble, definitely hit that like button and be sure to share my channel with others who are on Rumble, as I don't have much of a presence there yet and I am trying to grow my Rumble community. So if you could, I would appreciate it. Also be sure to check out the other videos on my channels. I do greatly appreciate it. Now the premise is pretty simple. You're basically inheriting a house from your great aunt, and once you're finished designing your character how you want her to look, you get down to business. Now, Cat Rescue Story launched 26th of September of this year for last gen and current generation Xbox and PlayStation consoles, as well as the Nintendo Switch, but previously to this it was available on a number of different platforms, specifically mobile platforms, and that's going to be very important for how we evaluate this game. You're going to see a little bit further in the review. But as far as the premise goes, like I said, it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward, and they walk you through everything that you really need to know to succeed in this game. Now, pretty much right when you arrive, you discover the house is a mess. Strays start showing up at your door, or more specifically, they're dropped off by people who capture them and say, "Hey, I found a stray, could you take care of this?" You also meet a number of different characters. Some of them help you tremendously. Other ones are kind of like antagonists, but I'm not going to spoil the game for you and really go into that because it would reveal some things that are probably a little important in the story later on. Now, if you're not an animal lover or you just don't like cats, you're probably not going to enjoy this game, obviously, because it's centered all around cats. But if you do enjoy little furry felines, you're probably going to enjoy this game for a while. It is, at first, delightful and entertaining, and it does keep you busy, and getting to pet all the different types of cats is really great. It's a lot of fun. You also have the ability to capture stray cats that are more on the rare side. Now, there are, I believe, 50 different types of cats that you can capture in this game. You can take care of them, you can get them back on their feet, and place them in the home of potential adopters. Before I start really diving into the negative, I am going to go into the positives, obviously. Now, you have to maintain these cats in a number of ways. Obviously, one of them is sustainment, and you pick the food, the water, and the litter that you basically use to clean up the litter box. It gives you several different options, but they all have a timer on them, which is interesting. Well, it's interesting if you don't know that this was previously a mobile game, but for those of you that have played mobile games, obviously you know about the timers. But it's interesting that it gives you this choice because you basically can either be doing a lot more work or a lot less work if you pick the more elite brands of food, water, and litter, so you don't have to maintain your cats as much on that front. There's also different tasks that you have to complete whenever it comes to maintaining these cats, such as playing with them. There's like little, I guess, mini games that for each one of these categories, and of course whenever you play, the cat and mouse games, so to speak, basically what you're doing is you're controlling your cat as it's going through a number of different types of levels, all of them timed, and you're trying to get the best score possible. But I would say that's probably the most fun aspect of this, the ability to run around as the cat and to just be a cat and get to play. Now, obviously, there's no way to die in this game. However, you can run out of time and you have a certain number of objectives that you have to accomplish. You want to get the highest score possible, obviously. But if you run out of time before you capture all the mice, of course you fail the level and you have to play it again. But if you are able to play these levels and complete them in a certain amount of time, you can get all 5 stars. Now, some of them are more demanding than others, so you really want to be fast. Another one of the mini games is, of course, doctoring cats, and they have a number of different ailments, but it's pretty much press X and spin the joystick in a certain direction to apply medication, or vice versa. You spin it in a certain direction to apply the medication, and you press X to apply a band-aid to the cat. And of course, it increases its health skill, or its health score. As you can see at the bottom of the 4 icons, health, of course, you have to level it up if it's all the way down, and this usually takes 3 mini games completed in order to do so. Grooming is the same way, except grooming I found to be the most time consuming and aggravating of the mini games, which of course is not something you really want to have in a game you're trying to sell to a lot of people. As a mini game in a mobile game, it's not that bad, because you know how mobile games are, and someone might play this 20 or 30 minutes a day, waiting on the bus or on their coffee break or whatever. But as a home console release, that's kind of problematic. Additionally, you do have tasks outside of the home that you have to tackle, such as planting certain types of seeds to attract certain types of cats, and the more elite seeds, I guess, they lure the more rare cats that are extremely uncommon, and you're really trying to find out. Some of the adopters want cats that are much more rare, but you don't really encounter this until later in the game. For the most part, in the first part of the game, you encounter people that are okay with common cats, or the second level, I guess, which is considered uncommon cats. But there's a number of different criteria that they're looking for when they're adopting these cats, and you just have to fill at least one or more. Like male or female, I'm looking for an energetic cat, uncommon, etc. You get the idea. You can say this game is grindy, and that would be 100% accurate, and I wouldn't really mind that as much if there was a way to level up your character. Now, normally, in console games, if you're playing a game like this where you have to complete remedial tasks, they give you the opportunity to level up your character so you can complete these tasks faster, but that's not present in this game, and I think that's probably this game's biggest issue. And because of that, it feels absolutely like a mobile game that was adapted for consoles, and that's its biggest issue. So if you're looking for a mobile game to play on your mobile phone, I would say pick this up. But for $40 for a home console release, it's absolutely not worth it. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button. Be sure to share this on social media. Also check out the other videos on my channels. I do greatly appreciate it. And as always, if you're not subscribed to my channels, definitely subscribe. I do greatly appreciate it. And if you have something to say about these videos, as always, leave a comment in the comment section below. I love to read your comments. This is SSG, aka Sergeant Sentinel. Thanks so much for watching. Take it easy, game.